I think I'm ready to be done with this war. This has been going on for years. We're in 81.
81.
We started in 75.
75.
Let's end this. So let's go down to Yorktown.
Okay.
And this is not New York. This is Yorktown. And so you can see some towns here. Williamsburg, if you ever heard that, Hampton. We're down the Chesapeake Bay, so we're down Virginia. And you can see the James River. So we're by Jamestown. We're all started. Yeah, isn't that funny?
So Cornwallis and his men, they basically fought their way through the backcountry to try to get to this spot. Why would they try to get to this spot? Why would they try to get to, right here so close to the coast, right here at the bay? What's so important at this harbor? Why is everybody trying to get to this location?
Well, we got lots of trade going on. And we talked about how, like, Francis Marion's trying to take over the ports because... once you control that, you control the trade. Mm-hmm. So they're trying to basically cut off all that stuff.
Or even just their supply lines, because
England's got to protect its supply lines.
England has to protect their supply lines. It's not like there are a plethora of resources, ammo and guns and cannons within the states. There's not enough loyalists that are going to give these soldiers what they need to keep this war going.
And Yorktown's got a good port, so you can get supplies. So we've got General Lord George Cornwallis. Man, there's a name. So Cornwallis, let's go with that. He's there in Yorktown, and he's hanging out right here. He's got his navy here, so he's got all the supplies he needs. Life is good. He tried to not get too far from the coast, so he still had his supply line. And George has a great idea. I said George Washington. Too much George. George Washington is a good idea. He actually has a distraction up in New York. He fakes an attack, and he marches all the way down to Virginia. That's insane, first of all. He does. And at the same time, he's got the Frenchies on his side. And they've got an awesome navy.
Yeah.
Maybe not as good as England's, but
it's good enough to create a blockade.
That's right. It's better than ours. You know what our navy is?
We, the colonists, didn't have one.
we had some merchant ships.
We had some merchant ships.
And we threw some guns on them.
Yeah.
And they're called privateers.
Yeah. So basically, we paid to use these merchant ships that were normally used for imports and exports, and we paid them to hurry up and throw some cannons and some guns and some soldiers.
We didn't even pay them much. Basically, they were pirates. Yeah. We don't call them pirates because we're Americans, and we wouldn't do that.
We wouldn't do that.
They were pirates, privateers. They'd go and capture English ships, and they got to steal whatever they wanted from it.
Stole whatever they wanted.
So that was most of their pay was just in what you could find.
Whatever you could find.
But we don't have a navy, so we can't compete against actual warships, really, unless you're John Paul Jones.
Unless you're John Paul.
Yeah, and there's only one of them. So what we do is he comes and George Washington comes down and surrounds them. Yep. Well, that doesn't really worry Cornwallis because he's got ships and he's just going go away. Well, at the same time that's happening, the French Navy comes down and blocks the Chesapeake Bay. And remember we learned about the Chesapeake Bay? All right, so there's only one way in, one way out.
One way in, one way out.
And so the French, all they have to do is block that off, and the English ships are stuck here. Cornwallis is stuck here.
Yeah, you're stuck, and you can't get any more. You can't get any more soldiers in. Can't get any more supplies in.
You can't get word out that you need reinforcements.
Right.
How are you gonna tell them? You can't. Your ships can't get out.
Facebook. And,
tweet it out.
Yeah.
Help OMG.
Twitter and Slapchat
stuck in
and all of that.
Slapchat. Yeah, right. So he
can't even send a fax or an email.
Nothing. No internet access. Nothing. So he's stuck there, and so he has to surrender. He's forced to. And this is the top dog.
Men and guns and food.
Not to do that.
To wait it out. I thought we were supposed to be waiting out this war.
Well, we're on the offensive here, and we cut them off.
We cut them off.
Yeah, and so he has to surrender.
Waving the white flag.
And actually, what's funny about this is these are the Frenchies over here, and their flag looks like a surrender flag, which is weird. So we got our Frenchies here, we got our Americans here. There's George, and here's the British guys surrendering. And Cornwallis didn't even come out.
Yep,
he sent someone out with his sword because he was too much of a baby to admit that he lost.
Punk. Don't say baby.
He was a punk. He was a punk. I agree completely.
You lost fair and square. Just admit to it, General Cornwallis.
Yep. So they surrender. And so Yorktown's this final battle in the war. We need a good way to remember that. Let's see, why? Why Yorktown? That's near the end of the alphabet.
Peace out. It's over with.
Oh, I like that. That's a new one. Wow, I like that. I'm stealing that. Well, mine, I usually go with this. Y is near the end of the alphabet. And this battle is near the end of the war. Okay. That's my way to remember it. But I like peace out, though. There we go. Now we've got two ways.
There you go.
I love it. So this is now this doesn't officially end the war though, right?
No, I mean, just because they wave a white flag and surrender doesn't officially end it. Back during this time, they actually have to officially end it with a treaty. They have to have
a treaty,
a formal written document saying these are the terms of ending the war, and this is what you get, this is what I get, and go home and drink some tea.
There you go. And so we just did the French and Indian War, and their treaty was called the Treaty of Paris.
Yeah.
And because they did it in Paris, that's the only reason why. The funny thing is this war ends with the Treaty of Paris. It's the same name. There's like 400 billion treaties of Paris.
Yeah, because everybody just goes to
Paris.
Paris. It's the city of love. And
why not?
Hey, just create.
I'm going to sign a treaty. I'll hang out there. Yeah, so here it is. Oh, no way. That's Ben Franklin.
That's Ben Franklin.
Of course it is.
Ben is just all over the place. Hold on, I thought Ben came back from France. Well, maybe he just sent the French and he stayed in France.
Who knows? He's just sending messengers. He's just chilling out. But so the Treaty of Paris ends this war too. Yeah. And the weird thing is, look at this. October 81 is the last battle.
Yeah.
We don't finish the treaty till September 83.
2 years later.
Because think about this. Every time they need to talk across the ocean, they got to send ships. We've got months just sending messages around until they finally come up with agreements on how to end this thing.
They had to basically come to a compromise.
Oh, a compromise.
Yeah, and it took almost 2 years to do that.
Insane. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Now, had they had a phone, this would have been done in like a couple months probably.
Right.
It still would have taken a while, but not nearly as long as this took.
Right.
So this is going to end the war. So why so long? That's why. And just a little fun thing. I like my little fun things. This is Ben hanging out with the little French girls and.
All right. I love the single ladies. I love the single ladies.
And see what she has on his head? This is actually a coonskin hat.
Oh, wow.
He was famous for wearing this weird coonskin hat around, and like they thought, oh, he's so wilderness man, like because he's from the colonies.
And Ben Franklin hadn't fought a day in his life.
No, he was always out making peace and saying, let's not fight, or you guys, let's work together and you guys take care of business. But he's just flirting with young French girls.
Yeah, he's pretending like he's just somebody rough and tough, and they just follow for it.
There you go. So
every woman wants a bad boy, I guess.
And Ben Franklin's not who I think of, but whatever. So that is the end of the war. It's done. And now we get to make our government stronger, and
we're the United States of America.
I know. We're going to need a president, but we'll get there. But
we need a stronger government and a president.
Oh, and it's not going to be George Washington.
Well,
because he's going to retire after this.
But we trust George.
Well, but he's done. After this, he says, forget this, I'm done. He goes back home to Mount Vernon, which is where he's from, and he says, I am done for the rest of my life.
Who's the other guy that we trusted to write the breakup letter?
TJ? Thomas Jefferson? Wait, who's that lawyer who helped the Sons of Liberty? John Adams. Oh, so all these guys that rocked it, we're going to bring them back.
We're going to bring them back.
Bring them back?
Bring them back, bring them back. Sound like Jay-Z.
We'll end on Jay-Z. There we go.
Hopefully you all enjoyed our segment over the Revolutionary War. If you have any questions, see us later.